Well, here we are again with another holiday.
Another one. I think this is really a great holiday, isn't
This
it?
is a great holiday and one we've never celebrated before.
No, we didn't even know it when it was.
Yeah, but we thought it would be kind of fun. So this is our first time and we're really going to sink into it here and have some fun. It's
Beatles Day.
So this is not to be confused with International Beatles Day.
No, this is a special one.
This is a special one. International Beatles Day is on June 25th, but today is Beatles Day as it's celebrated in Liverpool, England, the hometown of the Beatles.
Right there on the coast.
Yeah, so we thought we should celebrate the holiday that's celebrated
Right.
in England by the people who
Right.
know the Beatles best.
Right.
So anyway, John has a strong connection
I do.
to Liverpool. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my family lived further north in England, but as the Industrial Revolution developed, they decided to go over to the port city of Liverpool, where there was a lot of action and development for work and for, actually what they did a lot was go on ships and go out to sea. And I remember one of my great-grandparents went down at sea.
He
Well,
went
my
down?
grandfather, yes he did, he drowned.
Drowned?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my grandfather, John, he lived there, and at 16 years old, can you imagine? He took off by himself, and he sailed over to Argentina, where he wanted to start a new life.
Wow.
And a few years later, he sent over to Liverpool and had my grandmother come over, Anna Lloyd, and it's an amazing story.
Wonderful. So he has a strong connection with Liverpool.
Right,
And his father was from Argentina.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
So it's quite a story.
It
Well, I don't have any Liverpool ancestors that I know of, but I do have a strong connection to the Beatles. I was, really a big fan. The Beatles came over here right as I was entering junior high school. So I was at that age where a boy band like this, boy, it's big stuff. And followed the Beatles always. And it was at that same time I got like my first little transistor radio.
Remember those?
Yeah, with the earplug, and I just sit around listening to, WLS and WCFL all the time, wait for these songs, the Beatles and all the other bands. And like a lot of baby boomers, I mean, I think I was really influenced a lot by their
Right.
music and their lyrics and all that. And so, you kind of wonder how things go. I don't remember buying albums ever. I don't think we have money for it. I don't even know where you bought them.
No?
Well, LPs, they had little 45s, but not LPs.
Yeah.
But I did get one album somewhere, somehow. And it was Magical Mystery Tour. And I played that over and over and over and over again. So, if you wonder why I am the way I am, that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, you really had
Now
those
later,
songs.
in college, I had all the albums by then, and I especially liked the White Album. That was always my favorite.
Right.
So anyway, today we're dressed in honor of the Beatles, two different eras. I'm dressed like early Beatles, more around like 1964, because at the same time the Beatles were becoming popular and Beatlemania was going on, there was a whole new fashion scene also coming out of Britain.
Right.
The British invasion, they called it, and the style was mod. And instead of the really, modest, feminine clothing of the 1950s
that's right.
that the girls were wearing, these were bold fashions, go-go boots and tights and skirts above the knees. That was unheard of in the 1950s. If it was like 1 inch above the knee, they called it a mini skirt.
Oh my gosh.
But of course, the skirts got shorter and shorter and shorter.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, and women started wearing more makeup and structured hairstyles, and it was just a very different look. So this was coming at the same time. And so this would be the kind of stuff I was looking at in junior high and going, wow, those are
That's
great
something.
clothes. Now John,
Yeah.
he's dressed more like the later Beatles.
The later ones.
Yeah.
I remember this one.
Yeah, so he's got, longer hair, and his John Lennon glasses,
Right.
and his
And my peace symbol.
peace sign, right, and his tie-dye, and so he would be more like, the later Beatles, like 68,
Yeah.
not something like that.
Yeah.
So, as you're married to someone for 34 years, you pretty much know them, right? And
Right.
but every now and then something comes up that's really quite amazing. And what I found out was that my husband here had virtually no exposure to Beatles music. Something was so, so much part of my growing up and my development. He just really
Yeah.
doesn't know much about Beatles songs.
No, I didn't spend that kind of time.
No, he was, becoming a pastor and, doing other things.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we decided what a great way to honor the Beatles would be for John to learn a little bit more about the songs.
Yeah.
So we decided to come up with the Hudson Choice Beatles Song Awards.
That's right.
And so I picked 8 categories, and then within each of those categories there were several songs, and then John listened to the songs and he picked the song that he liked the best.
That's right.
So we're going to go forward now with our Beatles Choice Awards. And here, I'll start with the first one. The Hudson Choice nominees for favorite pop song
Pop song. Wow.
are She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, I Saw Her Standing There, and Twist and Shout. The winner,
We opened an envelope and we read, and the winner is I Saw Her Standing There.
yay!
Yay!
Well, that's the one that John liked out of those 4. So that song was, these pop songs were all the early Beatles. And that particular song was one of their most popular ones when they would play the clubs
Wow.
in Liverpool. And it was one of the first ones they recorded because it was always a big hit.
Big hit.
Yeah, it had the hit.
And I chose it.
And John chose it, right. Okay, next category.
The next category are the Hudson Choice nominees for favorite love song. And the songs are And I Love Her, Something in My Life, and Things We Said Today.
Okay. And the winner is In My Life.
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
Okay, In My Life, that was a song that was written by John Lennon, and it was sort of a different song for him because people had been prodding him to write a song about his own feelings because he tended to write about his observations.
Right.
And so this was a beautiful love song. I mean, what does it say? It says, of everyone that I've ever known, living or dead, I love you most.
That's right.
I mean, who doesn't want to hear that?
Who doesn't want to hear that? It's
Yeah.
great
So-
words to say to somebody.
Yeah. Okay, next category.
Okay, the next category is Hudson nominees for favorite working class people song. And the nominees are Eleanor Rigby, Lovely Rita, A Day in Life, Penny Lane, and A Hard Day's Night.
And the winner is A Day in the Life.
Oh, that's right.
Now, I was kind of surprised he chose this one because it's kind of a wild song.
I'm a little wild here.
Yeah, well, this song was written at the, sort of the peak of their career. They were really doing well. It's not very kind to the press because this song is about, the news being such
That's right.
a problem. And then it has sections that are very different, and it has one part of it where the music just kind of goes out of control. And they thought that it was too wild
No.
to play on the
no.
radio.
Oh, no.
So you really had to get the album to hear this one because it was
Right.
a little too wild and a little too long. So anyway, okay, next category.
Okay, the next category of the Hudson Choice nominees for favorite political or social justice song are Taxman, Revolution, Blackbird, and Back in the USSR.
Okay. Yeah, you read the.
And the winner is Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Yay!
Yay. So that was a famous song that Paul McCartney wrote, and it was about racism in America, because
Yeah.
it made him really sad. And he actually was thinking about a girl when he wrote it.
Oh.
And, you know, the lyrics could have been black girl.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, you can say that to yourself when you hear this song, it's black girl, fly. But they wanted to make it more universal, so it's
Yeah.
Blackbird. And it really applies to anyone who's sort of being oppressed or
Right.
put down or in
That sounds
difficult
like it.
circumstances. So Paul was always big on that, trying
Right.
to make them, you know, universal.
Any area of oppression like that.
Yeah. Okay, here's an interesting category. The Hudson Choice nominees for favorite depressing song
Oh, boy.
are,
It was hard to get over those.
yeah, John had a hard time with this one. I'm So Tired,
Hmm.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Nowhere Man, and Fool on the Hill.
And the winner is While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
And of course, this is the famous breakthrough song for George Harrison.
Hmm.
Because before this song, they really did not take him seriously as
Okay.
a songwriter. And he couldn't get it exactly the way he wanted. So,
Mm-hmm.
of course, the great guitar solo in this song is by, he recruited Eric Clapton.
Okay. Okay.
You know Eric Clapton?
Yeah, he's the guitarist.
Yeah, one of the greatest guitarists in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so he recruited him to do the guitar solo and make the
Yeah.
guitar weep.
That was a hard category. I was really depressed after those 4 songs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, but he got over it
I
because
got over it right away because we went into another set.
the
of
next
songs.
category was,
The Hudson Choice nominees for favorite feel-good song.
okay, what are the nominees?
They were Here Comes the Sun, Let It Be, Good Day, Sunshine, and All You Need Is Love.
And the winner is, what do you think John would pick? All You Need Is Love.
That's right. My
Okay, and
choice.
this was a song that they wrote in just a couple of days before they were appearing on a television show.
Oh,
That was sort of like one of those things where it was a benefit concert with a bunch of different stars that were in bands, and they came up with this song
Wow.
really very quickly. And it's
Good
a
song.
beautiful song and very uplifting.
In fact, after listening to those 4 songs, I was no longer depressed.
It's true. We were going to stop before that one and take a break, and he was like, no, I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to have 2 additional categories here that are a little more unusual. The Hudson Choice nominee for favorite drug-induced song.
Whoa.
Yes, for the drug period. You know, taking LSD back then, they considered it a spiritual
Yes, they did.
exercise. It wasn't just like, oh, I want to get high. Back then, when you know they took these psychedelic drugs and stuff, they were really searching for inner peace or you know knowledge or
Yeah.
you know whatever. It wasn't like it is now. So anyway, the Beatles went through a period of that, and the favorite drug-induced songs are "Magical Mystery Tour," "I Am the Walrus," "Strawberry Fields Forever," and "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds."
All right. Here it is. And the winner is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yay!
Yay!
So that song, of course, you know, everyone heard "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds," LSD. But John Lennon swore up and down that that was not, he didn't even notice that when he wrote it. He said that his son, Julian, had a friend named Lucy, and he drew a picture of her
Okay.
in the sky with diamonds for her eyes. So that's what he says.
Oh.
But, you know, That's too much of a coincidence, especially considering all the other lyrics in the song. It's hard to deny that there was some psychedelic drug influence with that song. And certainly everyone took it that way, so regardless of what his intent was, it's probably the preeminent LSD songs of all songs written during that period. Okay, we got one more category. The final
category, and the Hudson Choice nominees for favorite transcendental meditation song are Within You, Without You, Mother Nature's Son, and Across the Universe.
Okay. Yeah, these were the songs that they wrote, like, with the Indian influence
after their trip to India.
George Harrison,
During their trip.
get involved with India. And the winner is Across the Universe. Now, you would think, that maybe that might have been written by George, because he was really into Eastern religion.
Right.
But this particular song, John Lennon wrote it, and he felt the lyrics were just a divine download. It just came to him all at once.
That's wonderful.
And so, yeah, they're beautiful lyrics and very profound and very spiritual.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who wrote the music.
Well,
Maybe he did, or maybe one of the other ones did, but anyway, he came up with the lyrics first. So that's it. Those are the results of the Hudson Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask John right now, do you have a favorite out of all of those? What would be the ultimate favorite?
The ultimate favorite. Wow. I think I came up with one. I think it was the
Blackbird?
Blackbird.
Yeah, I think that was the one that you said. Yeah, that's a beautiful song, and also probably my favorite too at this point.
Right.
And what did you learn about Beatles music?
Well, I learned that these people were prolific. They were geniuses, prodigals in understanding all kinds of dimensions of human existence and putting them into the song, different tunes and different words, and bringing in all kind of experiences, and just for a whole generation speaking truths and wisdom in all kinds of ways, and sometimes very happy ways, and like I said, there was that Depression time, but the beautiful history and understanding our ups and our downs as we go through life. It was really quite an experience.
So
I'm looking forward to maybe having another day of listening to some of those. How many are there? 200?
250 or something like
Yeah.
songs that they wrote.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. Okay, that would really be good.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, for me, I think Blackbird is really one of my favorite Beatles songs. Although, I must say that, with things going the way they have gone the past few years, although it's not a Beatles song, it's a John Lennon song.
Yeah.
I would say the song that goes through my head the most is Instant Karma. So, that's where I've been at lately.
I'd agree with you, because I read the words. It really applied. Yeah.
You understand, I like that one. So I think that's about it for our celebration, except for another thing that's going to be new to us.
Yes.
That if you're going to celebrate the Beatles, which is also on Liverpool Day, a celebration of Liverpool, no celebration in Liverpool would be complete without a nod to their favorite meal, scouse.
What is it?
Scouse. Scouse.
Wow.
And so we are going to be preparing scouse.
Yeah. In fact, it's been cooking for a couple hours already.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a stew, a lamb stew with some things in it. We have lamb and beef and potatoes, carrots, rutabagas, and it kind of simmers until the potatoes break down. So you got to have your scouse. And in fact, scouse is so important that Liverpool people from Liverpool are called scousers. Scousers. So, and the Beatles were definitely scousers. And because they have a special accent in Liverpool, they call it scows. So people in England, they kind of look down on the Beatles originally,
Yeah,
and
they
all the
do.
Merseyside bands, because they all were Scousers, and
Yeah.
they spoke Scouse. So you can speak Scouse, you can be a Scouser, you've got Scouser heritage, or you can eat Scouse.
Right.
So we're going to be eating Scouse.
Well.
So there's only just one thing left to say.
Happy Beatles Day!